In this video, we are going to talk about ancient Egyptian history. So before starting, please like this video and subscribe to this channel for future updates. Much of the history of Egypt is split into three kingdom periods: Old, Middle, and New, with brief transitional periods separating the kingdoms. The term intermediate here refers to the fact that throughout these times Egypt was not a unified political power, and hence was in between powerful kingdoms. Even before the Old Kingdom period, the roots of Egyptian civilization were being established for thousands of years. As people living near the Nile increasingly focused on sedentary agriculture, which led to urbanization and specialized non-agricultural commercial activities. Evidence of human presence in Egypt stretches back tens of thousands of years. It was until in about 6000 BCE, however, that substantial settlement began in the region. Around this time, the Sahara Desert grew. Some scientists assume this expansion was caused by a minor alteration in the tilt of the Earth. Others have investigated altering rainfall patterns, but the particular causes are not totally obvious. The most important impact of this expansion of the Sahara for human civilization was that it forced mankind closer to the Nile River in quest of reliable water sources. Egypt's divine kingship concept, a political monarch retained power by the favor of a god or gods, became well established after political unification. For example, in the mythology of unification, Narmer was represented as Horus, a god of Lower Egypt. He slew Upper Egyptian god Set. In this way, the king's rule was legitimized. Old Kingdom Egypt, 2686 to 2181 BCE. During the Old Kingdom, Egypt grew in complexity and militarily expanded. The first pyramids were built by Old Kingdom monarchs as tombs and monuments for their kings. Building massive structures like Giza's Great Pyramid and Sphinx, and temples for many gods, required a centralized government with vast resources. The builders of the pyramids were not slaves, but peasants working in the off-season. They worked with stone cutters, mathematicians, and priests. These projects required each home to contribute a worker. However, the wealthy might pay for a substitute. This highlights both the state's ability to force people to work and the advantages elites have in being able to buy their way out of it. Egyptians also began building wooden ships loaded with reeds to sell products like ebony, incense, gold, copper, and Lebanese cedar along marine channels. Middle Kingdom, 2000 to 1700 BCE. Egypt's the Middle Kingdom reunited as rulers reclaimed control from regional governors. From the Middle Kingdom on, Egyptian kings frequently had standing armies. A standing military force and fortifications revealed that Egypt had recovered control of significant resources. The conflict led to the Second Intermediate Period. Even though writing enabled more events to be documented, most were not, and many more were lost or destroyed. The Hyksos emerged approximately 1650 BCE, taking advantage of Egypt's political unrest. They were Semitic, meaning they spoke a language from the Middle East, indicating they were not Egyptian. With them came new agricultural and animal breeds, the horse and chariot, the composite bow, battle axes, and fortification tactics for warfare. New Kingdom, 1550 to 1077 BCE. The expulsion of the Hyksos from Egypt and the restoration of centralized political power occurred around 1550 BCE. This was Egypt's most rich and powerful period. She also commissioned hundreds of construction projects and pieces of statuary, as well as a spectacular funeral temple at Deir el-Bahri. During this time period, she also ordered repairs to temples neglected or damaged by the Hyksos. During this time period, the name pharaoh was used to address the king himself, reinforcing the notion of divine kingship. The pharaohs worshipped Amun-Re while acknowledging other gods. In the mid-1300s BCE, one pharaoh tried to modify this practice by exclusively worshipping Aten and renaming himself Akhenaten in his honor. Certain experts interpret this as the first occurrence of monotheism. But Akhenaten's administration ended this development. The pharaohs Seti I and Ramesses II struggled to expand Egyptian dominance against the Libyans to the west and the Hittites to the north. The city of Kadesh, on the boundary of the two empires, was a source of contention between the Egyptians and the Hittites, leading to the world's first known peace treaty. Third Intermediate Period, 1069 to 664 BCE. War, worsening droughts, starvation, civil unrest, and official corruption eventually split Egypt into city-states. A military force from the southern Nubian kingdom of Kush captured and united Lower Egypt, Upper Egypt, and Kush. With the Assyrians' help, Egypt became a client state, a political entity that is self-governing but pays tribute to a more powerful state. In 670 BCE, Egypt was restored and freed from Assyrian domination in 656 BCE. The country enjoyed peace and prosperity until 525 BC, when the Persian monarch Cambyses destroyed the Egyptian rulers and claimed the title of pharaoh for himself. What do you think about our video? Let us know in the comment box below. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel for our future updates. Thank you.